Hey, how's it going, guys? Kat right here. I'm so excited for this video because basically I'm going to be talking about the basics of gardening. In my opinion, there are 3 basic things that you need to know when you are doing kind of learning gardening. I'm going to be telling you 2 bonus things also, but I help you beautify your yard, and man, I have fun doing it, so stick around. So the 3 main things, in my opinion, of gardening is you need to know the different types of plants, because there are a lot of different types. We'll go into some more detail about that. Also, the sun matters, and the sun matters a whole ton. And also, watering matters. You got to know how much water your plants need. And the 2 bonus things I was going to be talking about is how gardening is really a lot of trial and error. And also, number 2, keep a plant journal. So yes, let's keep going. The first basic thing to gardening is to know the types of plants. There are 3 basic things when it comes to plants is you have based on their lifespan, like annuals, perennials. Number 2 is based on the size and structure of the plant. And number 3 is based on if they will be losing their leaves or not when winter comes. An annual is a plant that you plant once. It will grow for 1 season or 1 year. It is most flowers, and they will bloom very beautifully. Kind of like an example is some pansies and petunias. I love pansies and petunias, but you have to plant them every year. And then there's also perennials. And perennials, you plant it once and it will grow forever. And they are kind of the permanent part of your yard. They become the structure and the backbone of your yard. Kind of like these arborvitaes behind me. So another basic type of plant is based on their size and structure. There are shrubs and trees. So shrubs can range from very small to kind of medium size. It can even get bigger, but there's different sizes of them. And then there's also an example of one is like a boxwood. There's rose bushes. There is so many kinds of different shrubs, but there's also trees. Will usually start very small, but they can get ginormous. But that's the one problem with them is it can take them years to get ginormous and huge like that. So another basic type of plant is kind of based on if they'll be losing their leaves every winter or not. And the deciduous plants and the evergreen plants. Deciduous plants are shrubs or trees that will lose their leaves every season, but they change with the seasons. You can get the spring bloomers, you can get the summer foliage, and then again the vibrant autumns, but those plants and leaves will be falling before winter comes. Kind of an example is some rose bushes, some lilacs, some hydrangeas, some redwig dogwoods, some maple trees, which I really love, and also fruit trees. So the evergreens are plants kind of like this ivy. They will keep their beautiful leaves all year, even in the winter season, kind of like I said, the ivy, boxwoods, the yuccas, the ground cover, pine trees, blue spruces, all those are very beautiful even through winter season. One thing to remember about plants is they do very wonderful with nutrition. That can be store-bought fertilizer or just some natural fertilizer, but they will really thrive if you're giving them that little extra nutrition. So number 2 of the basics of gardening is sun matters, and man, sun matters a lot. You have to know your zone, because the zone is how hot and how cold it will get, because some plants don't love the cold. And also the sun, some plants love the sun, some plants hate the sun, or I should say they love the shade. So you need to know in your yard where the sun flows. Where do you get your shade? Where do you get the sun? How long does that area get the sun? Just so you can plant the perfect plants for those areas. there are two basic types of plants. There are sun-loving plants and there are shade-loving plants. I mean, there's different variations in those two types of plants, but the sun-loving plants can thrive and really do their very best if they get 6 hours of sun, direct sunlight that is. An example of that is sunflowers, irises, lavenders, daylilies. And then there is shade-loving plants that, man, if they're in too much sun, they will die. I've had that experience before, but they will really thrive in very low sun conditions. They range from dappling to full shade, and examples of those are hostas, ferns, and a lot of ground cover. So number 3 of the basics of gardening is water smarter, not more. So to be able to do that, you need to know how much water your plants want, and you need to know and develop a good watering system for your yard so you can know exactly where to be planting those, because there are drought tolerant plants, we'll talk more, and there were also different levels of moisture loving plants. So drought tolerant plants are known for their low watering that they require. Actually, you can kill it if you overwater it. They thrive in very dry conditions, and they're known for their hardy structure. Some examples of these are lavenders, coneflowers, Russian sage, and some yuccas. There are different levels of moisture loving plants. There are some that like very damp soil. There are some that like to be watered a couple times a week, and there are some that are okay with being watered just one time a week. These sorts of plants can become very adaptable to the water that you give them. And some examples of these are ferns, a lot of ground cover, hydrangeas, grasses, irises, daylilies. One thing about these is they will start showing you if they are not getting the water they're needing, because the grass will start dying and getting brown, or the leaves will start wilting. So bonus number 1 is you gotta realize trial and error is a lot of planting and gardening, because you're going to make mistakes. A plant is not all your plants are going to live, because one might get too much sun or shade, one might get too much water or not quite enough water. You just got to realize gardening is an art, it's a hobby. It can be such a wonderful thing. I mean, look at these beautiful yucca plants behind me. They are so beautiful. Those are great evergreens. I really love being outside and doing the gardening. You just gotta realize I've killed plenty of plants by accident, but I just learned from it and did my best to not let it happen again. So bonus number 2 to basic gardening is to keep a plant journal. I didn't hear about this till just recently, so I'm still trying to put mine together, but over the years I have kept my tags from all the different plants, because this can be so much information in your plant journal, because no one's going to remember what type of plant you planted, what type of moisture, what type of sun they like. To recap, in my opinion, the 3 basic things to gardening is know the different types of plants. Sun matters, and the sun matters a lot. Number 3 is water smarter, not more. 2 bonus things are trial and error, and also keep a plant journal. So remember, work hard, play hard, have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next project.